Baker's chefing it up in Philly. Jordan Love could not be stopped in Dallas. Allen versus Mahomes once again, and so much more. All that and much more to get into on this episode of the Ball Game Podcast. Welcome in, everybody. I'm Tom, joined by my two co-hosts.
I'm Matt.
I'm Chris.
Man, it was a wild, wild weekend.
Woo!
Upsets all over the place.
Heck.
The teams I wanted to lose lost, so it was one of the best weekends of my life, if I'm being honest, man.
Look, I'm a little disappointed that the games weren't better. There was one really good game.
They weren't, but they were because of how it happened. You know what I mean? Like, I loved watching Baker carve up the Eagles, man.
Oh, no.
Loved every
Look,
second.
As a Giant fan, you are walking away from this weekend so damn happy.
Absolutely, man.
So damn happy. But overall, like, yes, the football was crazy. It was insane. A lot of upsets, all that stuff. But they just weren't good games for the most part. There were 5 games that were 2 scores or more. 5 of the 6 were 2 scores or more. And then obviously the one that was super close, which we expected to be a very close game, one of which, and that was a super fun game to watch. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I was a little disappointed with this weekend. As crazy as it was, and as happy as I am at the teams that did lose, I don't know. I was a little disappointed by it.
Thought this weekend was awesome.
The game sucked, other than the Rams.
That's what I'm
game.
saying.
Yeah, the game sucked. They were very boring.
Whatever.
They were. They were. Objectively, they were.
I don't know, bro. Like, I just kept sitting there watching. We'll get into it. Whatever. How's everybody doing? How's everyone's day?
My day is solid, man.
My day's all right. I'm doing okay.
All right.
What about yours, Tom?
My day's good. Thank you for
flip
asking.
it on you.
Fucking assholes never ask me. No.
So I was like, wait a second. We need to flip it on Tom for once. How's your day?
Before we get into everything,
How's your day?
how is your day? Drill, let us know. Before we get into anything, if you like what you see, if you want to see more, like, follow, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Drop comments. Let us know what you want to see. And
follow us on all of our socials. Click that bell. All that good stuff. All that good stuff.
All righty. All right, so we'll just jump right into it here. The first game of the wild card weekend was the Houston Texans versus the Cleveland Browns. CJ Stroud was unstoppable, and the Texans absolutely stomped them out 45-14. Stroud went 16 for 21, 274 and 3 touchdowns, and the guy's everything we thought he'd be and more. Let's be honest. Next week, the Texans get the Ravens. So, what were our reactions to this game? I mean, I know there's a lot of CJ Stroud talk going on, man. A lot of CJ Stroud narratives going on.
You know, one person in this room definitely feels real vindicated today, and that's Nick. Nick has been talking his shit about CJ Stroud for the last few weeks, so I got to give Nick credit. He was very much on the CJ Stroud hype train for this one, and he went out and absolutely balled the fuck out. I'm sure we're going to have some serious conversations about CJ Stroud with this one, but my quick hitter thoughts, look, CJ was phenomenal in this game. It didn't take too much, to be honest, because Joe Flacco threw more touchdowns for the other team than he did for his own team in this one. So didn't really end up taking too much for the Houston Texans offense. But I will say they did a great job game planning against the Cleveland defense that we all thought was supposed to be terrifying. Game planning against Myles Garrett, whether it was double teamed with offensive linemen, chipping him, anything like that. They did a great job neutralizing that pass rush for the Cleveland Browns, made C.J. Stroud incredibly comfortable, and already one of the best deep ball throwers in the entire NFL, if not the best deep ball thrower in the entire NFL. Got comfortable, sat his ass in the pocket, and tossed that bitch around.
It's just, watching this game, I was like, I had money on, I took the money lines for every game, and it sucked that the Browns just killed me right away. Excuse me. And I was just like, I really bet on a 38-year-old Joe Flacco. When Stephen A. said the Texans had no chance, and CJ was just like, all right, that was so obvious. Like, it was so obvious they were going to win.
It was so
obvious.
But
Laramie Tunsil had himself a game. He was cooking out there. Got hurt for a little bit. This Cleveland defense got cut apart by a rookie.
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty much the difference in this game, the way they were able to neutralize Myles Garrett. He only had 3 total pressures in this game. I mean, holding a guy like Myles Garrett to 3 pressures, you're going to have a chance to win. He's the heart and soul of the Cleveland defense. So if you could stop that guy, you have a good chance. Like you guys said, CJ Stroud came out and immediately was just slinging the fucking rock. Nico Collins had himself a day, but the Texans defense, man, like you said, they picked off Flacco twice. And I have it here in front of me. Since Week 18, they're 3rd in the league in defensive EPA per play. Like, this defense came alive at the right time, they're just playing good team defense right now, keeping everything in front of them. I mean, Derek Stingley, after getting exposed by Amari Cooper a few weeks ago, locked his ass up in this one. And that was really part of the difference. I mean, it started out they were trading punches, and then the Houston defense turned up, and that was pretty much it from there. I mean, I was at work. I mean, in the blink of an eye, it was a tie game to the Texans having 45 points. So,
yeah, it was wild. And you mentioned it. We all give CJ Stroud all this credit, and he deserves it. Well deserved. But this Texans defense that's so incredibly young, by the way, is getting better by the week. And that's what's scary for the entire league for next season, more so than this one, because we'll get into our predictions for next round. But this defense, getting Derek Barnett, changed a lot for them as well. It added an extra pass rusher to this. Jonathan Grenard is a damn good football player as well, even though Will Anderson gets all the credit, or a lot of the credit, I should say, because he's a rookie and how well he's played. That defensive line as a whole is scary and comes at you from every single direction. So the secondary is only improving by the day. You got Desmond King, Derek Stingley, and you have Steven Nelson, who's played half decent as well. So this is a team that could give the Ravens some troubles next round. Just throwing that one out there. But all in all, yeah, what a win for the Texans. Team win. If I ever
Great
seen
team
one.
win. Yeah. You can talk about Stroud all you want, but they really all did ball out from on every facet of the field. If the other team throws you 2 touchdowns on defense, it's hard to lose that game. Especially in a playoff game. Yeah, absolutely.
They had a shot, and then all of a sudden it was gone.
Shout out to Flacco
Texans
insanity,
did all that.
man.
I will say I want to do one thing. You said we talked about CJ Stroud, and rightfully so. So let's get a little intense here. Let's put some shit out there. Here we go. CJ Stroud. This is wow. I never get these right. Would you rather? CJ Stroud edition. All right. Here we go. CJ Stroud or Jalen Hurts?
Damn, man.
I'm going to take the guy who's been to a Super Bowl right now. Give me Jalen Hurts. I know it doesn't look pretty right now, but he had to deal with a horrible situation in terms of the coordinator this year. So
Yeah, Stroud's
give me
hot.
Jalen Hurts, too.
Stroud's hot, but give me Jalen Hurts.
CJ Stroud or Jordan Love?
I've been asking myself this question all week.
This is a scary question.
I don't know.
And people are going to say it's pretty obvious, and I don't think
it is either.
People think it is.
I'm not going to lie, man. I'm going to take Jordan Love. I just think he has more juice and can make more throws. I think he has more overall arm talent.
Nick's going to get tight. Nick's going to get tight.
He's so mad right now.
Nick's tight. Because
CJ Stroud's great, but I just think Jordan Love has more arm talent. I don't know.
I slightly lean Jordan Love. My mind could be changed next week, but right now I think I'm slightly lean Jordan Love.
Okay. CJ Stroud or Brock Purdy?
Stroud.
Yeah, give me Stroud.
Okay, let's get Stroud a W here. CJ Stroud or Kirk Cousins?
Kirk was balling before he got hurt.
Oh boy.
Give me Stroud.
I'll take Stroud too. I think he has more upside.
Okay. CJ Stroud or Trevor Lawrence?
It's got to be Stroud for me after this season.
Yeah, I'll take Stroud here.
All right. I got 2 more. CJ Stroud or Dak Prescott?
Give me CJ Stroud. I'll happily take CJ Stroud over Dak Prescott.
Is that a serious question?
What do you Dak was okay. How quickly we forget how good Dak Prescott was.
Dak
this
Prescott
Oh, yeah,
sucks.
Overall, yeah, they're talking about for this week. Yeah.
If we're doing just 1 week, Pete, it's a completely
Spilled
different
water
story.
on myself.
What we got?
I'm gonna take Dak here. I think Dak's just been doing it longer, and I just think he's a better quarterback right now.
Okay, and the final one: CJ Stroud or Justin Herbert?
Take Justin Herbert.
Yeah, I'll take Justin Herbert.
Okay, all right. Wow, thought that was gonna get a little more toxic, to be honest.
Bro, Stroud is
I was gonna ask Burrow too, but I think that's pretty obvious.
Yeah, no, I'll take Burrow.
But people were arguing on Twitter.
Yeah,
recently.
people. I think Shannon Sharp said he'd take Stroud over Burrow, but he
Labs texted me
also
the same thing.
he also said he took health into consideration. So it makes it less of an argument, but it like I don't know. I don't know about Joe.
Joe's already gone to a fucking Super Bowl.
Yeah. Joe's been to a Super Bowl. You can't.
That's another thing where
and they were probably gonna make the playoffs if he was healthy this season
I am surprised
too. So
you picked Dak over Stroud though. That I will say.
I'm a big Dak
Dak's
hater.
just a better quarterback than CJ Stroud.
I don't know about that. What happened?
You got a mic, brother. You know.
You do. You can flip that thing
Oh,
on.
no, you can, but- no, yeah, no,
Where's my button?
Oh, it's on? I mean, would a Dak throw 10 picks in the regular season this year? CJ Stroud has,
think
what,
nine.
5?
He had 6.
He had 6?
Yeah, and Dak had like 8 picks, I think.
How many
No, it was nine.
interceptions
Was
did
it?
Dak
Dak throw in the
quarterbacked the
playoffs?
number 1 offense in football this year.
For what though?
For first round exit.
Just to lose to the
Dak
Packers.
has more playoff wins than CJ Stroud.
Oh,
He
Dak
has
had
one more win in
interceptions.
how many years?
Okay,
Come
but
on.
if we're
8 fewer
so what?
years.
We're gonna say CJ Stroud's a better quarterback just because he won 1 playoff?
No,
game?
obviously not. But like,
right
Dak's
now?
just
No,
a
but
be-
CJ
Dak's
Stroud is
just
the better
Dak had the
quarterback.
better season this year. Dak's been doing it for objectively been doing it for longer, and he has more playoff. Like I don't know, Dak's just next year can Stroud be better? Yes, but right now Dak's clearly the better quarterback in my opinion.
I just don't think it's that clear, Chris.
Yeah.
I don't think it's clear. I really don't.
I
And
took Stroud. I took
love
Stroud
Dak.
as a Cowboys hater, but I definitely don't think it's clear.
I'm a big Dak defender, but I
What does CJ Stroud do better than Dak? Attack
I
the
mean,
middle of
CJ
the
Stroud
field?
throws a better
Text the
deep ball.
football.
He's a better thrower over the middle of the field. Better pocket awareness. We've seen that already. He's had a worse offensive line. Dak literally had one of the best offensive lines in football this year.
Dak still has really good fucking
He
pocket
does.
awareness.
No,
Yeah.
for
Like,
sure. But
elite
CJ
pocket
has
awareness.
stepped in as a rookie and already been.
And the Texans
But TikTok
O-line
comments will
also,
tell you something
the
different.
Texans O-line also performed better than
Then people give it
they
credit
are.
for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
It's
For
not
sure.
like they were a bad O-line.
No, not at all. But Dak had 3 All-Pros on his own line. So that's just inherently it's a different story here. But I would personally take CJ even this year. Obviously, given what Dak did, he was an MVP candidate. I get that, but just quarterback for quarterback, I would take CJ. I just saw him ball the fuck out in the playoff.
Against the
Exactly.
best
I mean, I just
defense in
think
the
CJ
league.
Stroud
Against the
had
best defense in football
a way more impressive playoff performance than Dak Prescott.
ever has in his first playoff game.
Yeah,
We can literally say that. That's the thing.
I don't know.
That's the craziest
Oh,
part.
Chris pulling up numbers. He's
definitely
pulling up
pulling up
numbers.
numbers
Yeah, just I don't want to say anything that's wrong. I want to make
Yeah, yeah,
sure.
yeah.
So Clem said, "How is him doing it for longer? An objective opinion. It's a fact."
Why is Clem on TikTok?
Oh, Clem's having some fun. He's doing.
What do you mean? How it is a fact. He has done it. So he definitely has done it longer. But just because someone's done it for longer doesn't necessarily mean they're better.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean?
He's
So
saying-
that's where-
He's saying, "How is him doing it for longer? An objective opinion."
It's not an opinion. It's just an objective fact.
Yeah, so he agrees with you. What you're saying.
He agrees with him
Oh.
in that case. I feel like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, my bad.
So, but that's not. I'm not saying that's an objective opinion. That is a fact. I agree. But
Yeah.
I mean, Dak last
Dak's
year
numbers
against
look good in some of these games. But let's also realize
Dak
that-
last year against Tampa, they dicked them down. We were at Kettle Black for Jack's birthday party, and they dicked them down.
They
and
did
Dak threw
dominate.
for 300 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's a
So-
good one.
It's not like he's
CJ
never had a
Stroud
good playoff
21 pass attempts, went for
No,
274.
CJ Stroud had a great game, but like, all I'm saying is I'm not taking CJ Stroud over Dak just because of this great playoff game he had.
Yeah, I might be
No, it's also-
projecting.
we're
Yeah, I'm
talking about
projecting.
the season,
And if we're
though.
talking
Yeah.
right, and Dak had a better season than him. He quarterbacked the #1 offense in football.
I agree, but I'm also arguing that he had the
And I-
better supporting cast in that case.
He did, but he also just had the better. Like that's just what it is. He also
Yeah.
just had the better season.
Okay, fair.
It's not like Dak's in a like Brock Purdy situation where Dak
No,
still isn't
yeah,
the
yeah,
most
no, I'm with
valuable
you.
player on the team,
I'm with you on that.
on the offense at least.
Yeah. Then there's a few guys. I would definitely take him over Kirk too, personally. Even though Kirk's a baller, and I love Kirk Cousins. biggest
Kirk
defender.
was balling before he got hurt.
Kirk
He
was amazing.
He was playing really well.
But I would say CJ's top 10 right now.
Yeah,
I would
comfortably.
really say that. So,
comfortably, I'd say top 10.
So yeah. All right. That's that.
All right. So, yeah, that's the Texans. Texans-Browns. Shout out to Flacco, Linsanity run. Moving on, the next game following that was the 4th coldest game in NFL history. Kansas City Chiefs took down the Miami Dolphins 26-7. So, can the Chiefs and Mahomes ride this wave? And what the hell happened?
Into the frozen tundra of Buffalo.
I mean, can't get much
Can't get
colder
much
than
more
it.
frozen
Yeah,
than
can't
it
get
was
much more
there,
frozen than
so-
it was in Kansas City.
All right, quick hitter thoughts. People are overreacting to the whole Tua thing. He's still a good quarterback. Let's not act like he's not. Would I take some other quarterbacks over him with the game on the line or in a cold weather game? Sure, I absolutely would. But let's not act like Tua's a bad quarterback. Anyways, outside of that, he played like shit in some of the worst conditions that you will ever see a football player have to play in. So let's also just throw that out there. Pat Mahomes is different. This is not a guy that is like any other except for maybe Josh Allen and maybe a few other guys in the entire league. So Pat Mahomes is different. This defense for the Kansas City Chiefs has long been one of the best defenses in the NFL this entire season. Maybe they had a couple stretches during the season where they were figuring stuff out, but this has been one of the best defenses throughout the entirety of the season. So, Dolphins had a rough performance in a cold weather game where they had the opportunity to be in Miami for the entirety of for most of the playoffs, I should say. They didn't finish the job, so they ended up getting handed an ass whooping in Kansas City. So, it is what it is. I'm not putting too much stock into this game. Dolphins had a lot of injuries, too, on defense, way more than I think I've ever seen any team have to deal with all season. So I think the Dolphins are fine for this year and for next. I'm not going to give them too much shit for it. Kansas City, just better cold weather team.
That's true. Yeah, the Dolphins did have a ton of injuries, and that can't be overlooked. As far as Tua, man, there is a good level of concern with him not being able to perform under pressure. I know it was a cold game, but that's the NFL. Like, I know it's the fourth coldest game in history, but it's a playoff game. There's not many. You can't really give him an outlier. You know what I mean?
He's good enough for them, in my opinion. With a healthy Dolphins team, I really do think he's good enough for them. This was not a healthy team.
There's definitely some benefit of the doubt to be thrown around over here.
This fucking guy.
He's showing mad love.
Is he?
Yeah, he's sending us roses.
Oh, we love O'Sleazy. We do love O'Sleazy.
Shout out O'Sleazy, man. That's my dog.
But
I know when the right time was.
But there's not much for the Dolphins to do in this case either when you have the Kansas City offensive line blocking against 38-year-old men.
Right.
So, like, what the fuck are we supposed to do? I'm not giving the Dolphins too much shit for this one, although people are going to want us to get real toxic on the Dolphins.
Yeah.
But that's just...
On Tua more than the Dolphins. Like, people are getting real toxic on Tua.
Look, maybe next year, but he will be back as the Dolphins quarterback, and he should be back as the Dolphins quarterback. So that's how I feel about things.
So, the Dolphins guy, where do you go with this?
Okay.
I'm going to sit back.
That was a good old-fashioned ass whooping. I mean, there's no other way around it. I mean,
Good old fashioned.
they dominated us in every facet of the game, defensively, passing the ball, running the ball. We got killed, and I mean, there's a lot of blame to go around. I put blame on the defense. Obviously, a bunch of guys out, so that matters, but I mean, these guys didn't show up to play. There was a clear lack of effort, it looked like, honestly. The Chiefs were just marching down the field. A few blown zone coverages, passing guys off, and they were passing them off to no one.
Yep.
Walk-in touchdowns. I mean, and then you look at the play calling. I mean, Devon Achane did not get going at all. He had 6 for 9. Like, one of your, obviously, there's Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, but you're arguably your most explosive guy with the ball in his hands on a team with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. You couldn't get him going, so it's going to be, especially when that guy's a running back in a cold weather game. You know, Moser was okay. I think he went for 4 a carry, but there was no explosive plays outside of the Tyreek play, and that shit was lucky as hell.
Oh, my God. That was
Yeah.
so
Let's
bad.
call it what it is. It was a terrible ball. Tyreek made an insane catch and an insane move to the end zone, but other than that, there was no signs of explosive plays. And, you know, part of that's on the play calling. Part of that's on
Spags.
the offensive line being injured. Part of that's on Spags. I mean, once again, Spags cooks up a postseason defensive masterclass. That's what this guy does. I put out a tweet. Honestly, come postseason time, I don't think there's another DC I'd take in the league.
Nope.
I think he's
Yeah,
the
that's
top one
definitely
guy.
fair.
He cooks up. Obviously, this is the best defense they've probably had in his tenure in Kansas City, but even with defenses that have been mediocre for the regular season, they always find a way to turn up in the postseason, and this was another example of that. And then Tua, he couldn't complete a pass more than 10 yards down the field. He was out of his game. There was part of that's the play calling too. There was no rhythm. Part of that's the pressure that was in his face almost immediately every time. I mean, the blame isn't just on Tua. He was bad in this game, and there are questions to be had about Tua. Is he a franchise guy? At this point, he has to be, because there's no other options really, and you've already invested so much into this current roster. So you really don't have any other choice but to extend Tua, and I'll happily extend Tua. This was his first year playing a full season of football, his first playoff start. Like, still a young kid. He's not even on his second contract yet. Obviously, you'd like to win while your guy's on a rookie contract, but, it's hard to do that. And so he's not even on his second contract yet. There's still room to grow. I mean, he led the fucking league in passing yards this year. Like, he took a clear step forward. People had the Dolphins missing the playoffs. People thought Tua would retire by the end of this year. Someone on our podcast actually thought that Tua would end up retiring sometime soon because of the injury.
No, I really did, yeah.
This was a statement year for Tua. Like, he proved he belonged. He proved he's a perennial top 10 guy as of now with some room to grow. So, it was a good season. The wheels just fell off, man. Sometimes that shit happens in football. Sometimes you get injured at the wrong time, man. Like, the wheels just fell off.
The one ball that really gets to me, the pick to Waddle over the middle,
just terrible.
Flew out of his hands.
Yeah.
Just flew out of his hands. And I was like, wow, okay.
I mean, you texted in the chat after that. You didn't even know, like, was he even able to grip the ball fully because of the cold?
Yep. It's a legitimate problem. Like, it really is.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not comparing this as the same thing, but, like, and my hands are probably smaller than Tua's, but, like, playing flag quarterback is fucking hard. Like, playing flag quarterback is fucking hard when it's 25 degrees outside. They were in negative 27, and you're getting ran down by these behemoths of human beings. So I can only imagine how hard it is for these guys. Like,
Bro, getting tackled probably felt like getting hit by a train.
yes, exactly. You mean to tell me that was a soft field right there? Hell no. That was a fucking ice. That was terrible. I feel bad for Tua. And yes, he is their franchise guy because they really don't have much of a choice, to be honest. It's either him or there's one other guy that I could think of right now at the current moment. His name is Kirk Cousins. Do you make a call and potentially try to get Kirk Cousins here? It's not going to have to be a trade. It would have to be free agency. You'd obviously most likely have to trade Tua in this case, I would assume. But Kirk Cousins is the other most likely candidate that I could see with the Dolphins. I mean, Mike McDaniel, familiar with Kirk because, Kyle Shanahan tree. Kyle Shanahan drafted Kirk and stuff like that. So they could figure some stuff out there. But I don't know. That's the only real – you always have to look at – if you want to move on from someone, what can we do to get better there? Is there an opportunity to get better there? And if there's not, then there's really no point. I would say one thing. How much do you think Tua gets paid in this case?
At least the Daniel Jones contract.
That's crazy.
Has to get at least a Daniel Jones contract.
Probably. He has to. But $40 million a season.
Probably around there is what I'm comfortable giving him.
I'd probably have to agree.
If he's able to repeat what he did this year for the regular season and maybe, win a playoff game in the next year or two, then I'm comfortable.
They could get
with
home field next year.
Yeah, I'm comfortable.
As long as they get home field, they're in pretty decent shape.
No matter what, if you want an elite quarterback, at some point you're going to have to pay them.
Yeah.
So whether it's Tua or Kirk Cousins, Kirk Cousins doesn't move that many needles for me. I'd probably take Kirk.
I was going to say, I think in a vacuum, I'd rather have Kirk, but he is coming off torn Achilles, and he's a lot older. So
for Tua too, like I said. So
yeah,
this is more shout out to Chiefs. Like I know, like
defense is unreal.
It's easy to just fucking clown the Dolphins. They have the longest playoff drought in NFL history now, but the Chiefs were just a better team.
Yeah,
I mean it was clear as day from opening kickoff that the Chiefs were just a better team. They have a young star receiver in Rashee Rice broke out on the scene.
Oh my God, we didn't even mention him. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and like you guys said, the Chiefs are great in the trenches, one of the better O-lines in the league. Creed Humphrey and them boys, they dominated this one. Chris Jones and them boys on the defensive end, they were getting pressure all game. Like, the Chiefs are just stronger in the trenches and are more well-positioned to succeed in cold weather games. I mean, that's what they do. And Pat Mahomes was incredible also.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Pacheco is that dude.
Yeah.
Pacheco is really that dude.
Just an overall team win. Like, they were just simply the better. The Dolphins had no chance.
Yeah.
If Tua played better, that wouldn't have solved the run game not getting going or the defense struggling. Like, it wasn't just one thing and, the Dolphins would have won this game. The Chiefs fucking dominated us. They dicked us down.
I got posed the question at the gym. If the Dolphins had Josh Allen in this game, do you think they win? It's a weird question, but I got posed this question in the gym.
They have more of a chance to win. Do I think they win? Probably not.
With the same plays being called? Probably not, no.
Okay. All right, that's all.
But I do also think that the play calling probably would have expanded if it was.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, of
absolutely.
course.
It's a different
Yeah, but
game
that's why I
in
said
terms
with
of
the
all
same plays being called, yeah.
And I'd have
but
to assume Josh Allen's arm with Tyreek or Jalen Waddle, even in cold weather. I mean, we know Josh Allen can sling.
I mean,
it,
Mahomes wasn't afraid to throw. And
Exactly.
Chiefs weren't afraid to throw. So
by the way,
that-
those receivers are garbage. Like, we knew this, but they are really
It's so
garbage.
funny.
They're terrible. So it's
yeah, here they are.
Richie James was out there fucking making plays.
Yep.
Bro.
Yep.
Richie James.
Mecole Hardman couldn't find the ball like 3 times.
Eli
I think
Apple is the worst fucking dude to have on your team,
He
bro.
really is.
He's just on the wrong fucking end of all these bad plays. Even like I was
he's
talking
drafting.
about before, like guys
He really is.
guys were blowing coverages and like he was the one who was on the tail end of the play, but like it wasn't even his fault.
It hurts
Like
to not
he
have
was trying to
Devon
pass
Holland.
guys off
Yeah.
and guys weren't picking them up, but it's also like, God damn, Eli Apple, if no one's gonna fucking pick him up, just don't fucking pass him off, my guy.
Well, that's the thing.
Like,
but he's
fuck.
supposed to do his
I
job.
know, but
He's
fuck,
expecting
man.
everyone else
His
to
own
do
I
unit.
just
their
can't
job.
stand him. Fuck, dude.
Nobody likes Eli Apple.
Eli
Nobody does.
Apple is Chase Claypool on defense.
Everyone hates Eli Apple.
And Chase
Everybody-
Claypool's
everybody
also on the
hates
team.
Eli Apple, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's that.
literally, I pulled the producer mic closer to me because I wanted to complain about how much I hate Eli Apple. And he's so fucking bad, bro. He tackles like he's on the SIBFL 8th grade team. Oh my god. It's really
Nah, he's bad. He's really bad.
SIBFL.
He's really bad at football.
That's
And as a
crazy.
Giant fan, we know this. We definitely know this. So,
Landon Collins called him.
oh, yes, yep.
You gotta calm down, bro. Nick's trying to get scandalous. All right, so that's the Dolphins Chiefs. On to the next one. This was the happiest I've been in a long time. And I'm a pretty happy person.
Can I say it?
You take it away.
How about them Cowboys? Oh my God.
How
I picked them in the
about
Super
them
Bowl, bro.
goddamn
That's crazy.
Cowboys?
That's horrific. That's terrible. I can't believe I did that, and I'll never do it again.
Never, ever again. How about them fucking Cowboys? The Green Bay Packers slaughtered the Dallas Cowboys in Arlington, 48-32, and that score does not do the game justice.
It was 48-16.
Yeah, because the Cowboys scored against the second stringers of the Green Bay Packers. I mean, I'll start here because I've been so excited to just rip into the Cowboys because it's honestly probably my favorite pastime. And I know, people are going to be like, oh, Cowboys live in your head rent free. Fuck you. I don't care. They suck.
At least we don't have expectations.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I can't be disappointed if I don't have high expectations to begin with, right? But the Dallas Cowboys fool us. Not fool some people. You guys.
They fooled me.
Yeah. Year after year after year. What do we always say? It's our year. They look different this year. No, they fucking don't. They are regular season merchants. Dak Prescott, Jerry Jones' mother, I don't care. They're all regular season merchants. That defense forgot how to play football. Forgot how to play football. It was weird that Dan Quinn went to his zone, switched to zone heavy in the playoffs when they've dominated man-to-man all year. Deron Bland looked lost out there. They all looked lost out there. It was a
Stephon
shit
Gilmore
fest.
was getting
He was
cooked.
getting cooked. They made Romeo Doubs look like Jerry fucking Rice.
Romeo Doubs is a good receiver.
He is a good receiver.
But he's not that good.
But come on. This guy was always open. That one double move he hit was nasty.
Oh my God.
Nasty.
Oh
but
my God.
That Spawn Hour, shout out him on TikTok, he showed the screenshot of the Luke Musgrave touchdown, and he was like, I don't like to judge a game based off a screenshot, but this right here tells the story of the game.
Bro,
there was no one within
It
15
was
yards
an
of
arm
him.
punt.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
an arm punt.
And can I just say how terrifying it is that Jordan Love looks like Aaron Rodgers? Like, I was watching this game, and I'm like, Jordan Love, he looks so good right now. And I'm like, he looks like Rodgers. He really does, man. He was absolutely cooking. He was slinging that thing.
Slinging that thing.
And I'm just going to say about the Cowboys, I don't want to hear none of that bullshit this offseason. It's our year. We're different this year. We're coming different. No, you are not. They are the same old Cowboys. They will always let you down in the playoffs because it's just what they do. It's just what they do. And it really needs to be taken into consideration because I know the conversation is going to happen this year. They're gonna hire some guy. They're going to hire whoever. They're going to sign this guy. They're going to get that guy. And people are going to be like, nah, man, this Cowboys team looks different. And they're just not. They're just not built for the moment, man. They really aren't. But Jordan Love and those boys, they are built for the moment. Shout out Joe Barry, man.
Bro.
He, with his career on the line, with his job on the line, he said, you know what, man? I got to get it done. And he got it done. He called a great game. Matt LaFleur called a great game. That Luke Musgrave play, I heard that, I think they said it on the McAfee show, that the play before it was a run to Aaron Jones. That was supposed to be the Musgrave play. Love audibled out, called a handoff to Aaron Jones, and then he said, I want that play, the next play, and got a wide open touchdown to Luke Musgrave. So this kid is different, man.
Matt LaFleur, I don't know if you saw the post-game interview with him when on the press conference. Bro, this man was like, he was talking about Jordan Love as if it was like I would speak about Saquon Barkley and how he's my man crush. So like it was honestly so cool to see because like this is obviously LaFleur's guy, hand chosen. Like this is LaFleur's guy. Obviously Jordan started the season super rough and stuff. So I've never seen a quarterback improve in 1 year the way Jordan Love just did throughout the course of this season. I've never seen that happen. I'm so damn impressed. Love was insane, and as much as I want to talk about the Green Bay Packers because they dominated this game, I want to talk about the downfall of the Dallas Cowboys even more. I really do. Like,
let them know.
That's my favorite thing to talk about. Them and another team that we're going to talk about later. What the fuck?
I gotta go on
these
TikTok
two
and
doing
watch this
over here?
live. I gotta see what this idiot's doing.
Yeah, I kind of want to see
Yeah,
honestly.
what's
Go
so
on
funny?
TikTok live. But regardless, Dallas fell apart. This defense that was supposed to have a vaunted pass rush. Where was Micah? Where was Micah? Micah Parsons was nowhere to be found. He had two. What is happening? I'm actually.
This is what's happening.
Oh my god.
This is what's
How many
happening right
people
now.
are in there?
Two.
All right, cool.
I was gonna say like, bro, are you serious? There's mad
Yeah, exactly. If there was like 60-something people, I would have been like, yo, relax with
Like,
that.
Pete, chill the fuck out. Anyways, where's Micah Parsons at? Because that motherfucker's on a milk carton right now. Anyways, it was supposed to be a pass rush getting to a quarterback in his first playoff game, and it seemed like it was the complete other way around. It was the Green Bay Packers making Dak Prescott look like he was playing in his first playoff game. So, yeah, all in all, makes me happy to see the Dallas Cowboys
makes me
down
so
right
happy.
now. And Mike McCarthy, I don't want to see people lose their jobs, and I don't want to see Mike McCarthy lose his job, but you're gonna get fired.
Yeah, you're gone, buddy.
You're gone.
I thought he wasn't going to come out of the locker room at halftime. I thought Jerry Jones was that pissed.
But,
The last thing I'll touch on here, Dak just made some plays where you just looked at him and I literally verbally said this out loud. He would make a play and I'd be like, "What are you doing?" The interception to Jair Jair got away with a
That was
hold,
a sick play though.
but it was a great play.
He did get away with the hold.
The other pick, I don't know who got it, was just a bad throw.
Darnell Savage literally read Dak like a book.
Yeah. And then he almost threw one to Quay Walker.
Yeah, he did.
And I was like, Dak, what are you
He almost
doing?
threw another one too to Devondre
Yeah,
Campbell in the end.
That one too. Yeah, that one too.
From the jump, Dak was off.
No, he was clearly rattled, and I don't know what it is about, because it's easy to sit up here and say, "Oh, this guy just can't handle the moment." I don't know what it is about the playoffs or anything. I don't know. Like he just seems to crumble.
All right. I'll start with that. They just weren't prepared. I think it's kind of the same thing as Tua. Like the whole team wasn't fucking prepared. They got outdone. They got dominated in every facet of the game. I mean, I sat up here and I said, you know, the Cowboys' weakness is the run game. The Packers' run game doesn't strike any fear in me. I was fucking dead wrong.
Yep.
I was dead wrong. Aaron Jones, like, I owe you a formal apology. I was not familiar with your game.
400 pieces.
Aaron Jones fucking dicked them down, and Jordan Love only needed to throw the ball 21 times to dick them down. I mean, he played a fucking perfect game. He had the fucking touchdown to Wicks. I mean, what are we doing off the back foot? Like, what? A rope.
Oh, my God, bro.
A fucking rope. Like, relax. Joe Barry, I mean, you talk about Darnell Savage fucking reading Dak Prescott's mind. He just had these guys in position all night to fucking make plays. The Cowboys' offense was predictable, and they fucking locked everything up. I mean, CeeDee Lamb, 17 targets. He only hauled in 9 of them. Like, that's just a great... They had a great offensive game plan. They had a great defensive game plan.
Yeah.
And they executed those game plans to the highest level. I mean, and the Cowboys... I mean, more than the offense not being prepared. I know Dak wasn't his best, and you know, he threw a pick 6, but golly, was this defense not prepared? Golly, bro. I mean, you got Deron Bland, and I mean, it's tradition at this point. You have a cornerback who comes out of nowhere, has all of these interceptions, ends up somehow sniffing his way to an all-pro team, and then we get to the playoffs, and said player with however many interceptions gets fucking exposed and fucking targeted over and over and over again. And that, obviously, Gilmore, you know, he got cooked by Romeo Dubes on that one route. That shit was nasty. Oh, my God. I don't think Gilmore was that terrible in this one. I think it was more Bland. They fucking picked on him.
Yeah, Bland was terrible.
By the time
Gilmore got
to me, by the time Gilmore was getting cooked, the game was over.
already over.
Yeah.
Like, Deron Bland getting cooked, like, was a determining factor in the game going the way it was. Same thing I said for Myles Garrett. Same thing applies to Micah Parsons. If you could limit that guy to only 3 total pressures, you're going to have a good chance to be able to expose the said defense. The best, arguably in some people's minds, the best player in the best defensive player in football. You could contain that guy to only pressuring the quarterback 3 times. Like, it's a job well done. Like you guys said, credit to Matt LaFleur. And credit to Joe Barry for saving his job. And credit to Jordan Love, man, because I didn't see the vision, but, like, now, like I don't want to be a fucking front runner, but, like, I'm on the Jordan Love hype train. Like,
me too.
This guy has, like legit, like, top 5 quarterback in the league upside. Like, he's that fucking good. Yeah. He's that fucking good.
It's crazy because I came into this... I was 3 weeks into the season. He's finished.
I was just gonna say, me and you were 4 or 5 weeks into the season saying this guy fucking sucks.
Yeah, because he did.
You know, it's crazy too because he started the season out okay, but his stats were a little bit misleading.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I remember something that I said was that I was always super impressed by just his overall command of the offense, and then he had that rough stretch of games, but the biggest thing was just a lot of inaccurate throws, but he was always making the right reads.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's still making the right reads, still has complete fucking command of this offense, can go off off script, can make every throw in the book, and he's making those throws accurately.
Yeah.
So Jordan Love is that good, bro. He's that guy.
I also have to say, the not being ready thing is straight to coaching. Goes straight to coaching.
Yeah.
And then the early penalties that costed you the game at multiple points. The running into the what's it called? The punt return.
Yeah.
What the fuck we doing? Why are you getting that close? There's no reason for that.
You just gotta know where he is.
DeMarcus Lawrence jumping off sides?
Yep.
Bro, giving them another chance.
Of all people, too.
Of all people.
Yeah.
You are the vet. You can't make those mistakes in that moment. It was a mess. It was horrific. And once I saw the Green Bay Packers drive down the field for the first touchdown, in my head, I'm like, it's happening.
Like, I was like, are they really going to do this?
Because it's all about how the Cowboys start. They're front runners. They're the biggest front runners in the league. And if you don't get off to a strong start, they're finished. And there it was. So,
what else was I going to say? Yeah, it was what you said about coaching. Like I said, Dan Quinn, they were playing zone the whole game. Why were they playing zone the whole game?
And
There were blown coverages all over the field, man. Like, it was so bad. You had one of the best defenses in the league playing a lot of man defense. I don't understand. And it's not like you're going up against Tyreek Hill or one of those guys. Not that these guys aren't good receivers. We've established that they are.
Really good.
They're all really good. But yeah, that just blows my mind. Some people were saying that Dan Quinn was trying to get McCarthy fired so that he'd become the head coach.
he ain't becoming the fucking.
No,
head
he
coach.
ain't becoming the head coach.
He might have ruined his chances of becoming head coach somewhere else.
Yeah.
That was
a horrible. It was just a disaster class all the way around.
So I'll pose this
Typical
question
Cowboys.
for the Cowboys real quick. Mike McCarthy's gone. Who's the top target?
I don't know.
I really don't know either.
I'll be honest with you. I think it's Mike Tomlin. Somehow, some way. I think Mike Tomlin or Bill Belichick are the two guys.
I was thinking Pete Carroll.
In my person, I don't think he's going to coach anywhere else.
No?
To be completely honest. Those are the two, in my personal opinion.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if there's any guy who could come in and save this thing. The confident, I mean, we'll talk about it as the offseason progresses. And, I still believe in this roster, but I think the confidence might just be shot that
Yeah.
It's every
I
year.
just don't know if it's going to happen with Dak Prescott as the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
I totally
I
agree.
like Dak. I really think Dak is a great quarterback and can have success elsewhere. I think for Dak's sake and for the Dallas Cowboys' sake, a mutual agreement of parting ways might be the best course.
I just think I am a hater of the Cowboys,
baby.
but Dak is a great talent and a great quarterback. But if he can't get it done with the rosters the Cowboys have had, can he get it done somewhere? I mean, is that crazy to say? The Cowboys have had one of the best rosters in the league over the past how many seasons? Over his entire career almost.
Yep.
And he's won one playoff game.
All they do is win 11 or 12 games in the regular season.
Yeah. So can he get it done somewhere else?
So
And where else can he go get it done? I just don't know that there's really the Cowboys have had one of the best offensive lines for most of his career. They've had great weapons for his entire career. They've had a great defense for pretty much all of his career.
tough one.
I agree with you, but also I just feel like every year when they have these collapses, it's not just Dak
Right.
collapsing.
Agreed.
It's
Right.
every year. It's
everything.
the entire team is collapsing.
But Dak does collapse.
Yes, agree.
Yeah.
Yes, but it's also hard
Head to
not
toe, yeah,
It's
yeah.
hard not to collapse when everything else around
100%.
you
The
is
players, the
collapsing.
coaches around you are all collapsing. Right. Yeah.
I don't know who to blame between the thing with him and CD Lamb in this
Oh,
one,
what the
but
fuck was that?
yeah, I'm sure they both get some type of blame, and the coaching gets blamed for them not being on the same page. But if you're number one guy, the guy who led the league in every fucking receiving category, if you're not on the same page with him in a playoff game, you're really gonna have no chance.
right.
If your defense that was elite all season is getting shredded, you're not gonna have.
Yeah.
a
There's
chance.
nothing
Like,
Dak can do about getting 48 put up on or
Nope, nothing. But I will say, I think they definitely going in a different direction, a culture changing coach. I'm talking
yeah.
a guy that will drill into people.
Give Rabes in there.
I wouldn't hate Mike Vrabel either. It just needs to be a guy that focuses on the small aspects of football, in my personal opinion. And
think-
discipline. Just that, and I don't mean discipline
Yeah.
oh my god, don't go out on a weekend or anything like that. I don't mean that type of discipline.
Like
I just mean,
penalties and
yes,
yeah. Get that shit
smart
under
football.
control. Yeah.
That's that.
I don't think he ends up there. I think Harbaugh really could turn around.
Jim,
if anyone.
same
I think
thing.
he's going to the Chargers, but
Same.
yeah. So that's the Cowboys. You guys are not them boys, and that sucks. So,
Jerry Jones, sell the team.
oh god, yeah. On to the next game. The brand new Detroit Lions won their first playoff game in 32 years. 32 years. That's a really long time. Jared Goff takes down his former team in dramatic fashion, 24-23. Dan Campbell and the boys were hyped after the game. So, I mean, the NFC looks crazy right now.
It looks like a
I was gonna say most people you ask probably just gonna say the Niners walk to the Super Bowl. Can the Lions get in there?
I will say fear Green Bay.
Fear Green Bay,
Fear Green Bay.
but do you fear Detroit? Is my question.
This is gonna sound crazy. I fear the Packers more than I fear Detroit, to be completely honest. I do, personally. But this isn't about the Packers anymore. Congratulations to the Detroit Lions.
Yes.
For snapping the longest playoff win drought in the entire NFL. That's fucking awesome against the quarterback that you had for, what was it, 13 years or so?
Long time.
Big shout out to Matt Stafford, too. He had a phenomenal game. Should have had a couple unnecessary roughness penalties, in my personal opinion, that didn't get called. There was some cheap football in this game. I'm going to say that from Detroit. Definitely wasn't happy about all that.
Puka got held at the end.
Yes.
Puka definitely got held.
Absolutely.
But that's, it just sucks.
Absolutely.
That it happens.
Stafford got killed. I didn't like that hit on Tyler Higbee at all.
Yeah.
There was some stuff to this.
Just drove his helmet into Higbee's knee.
I really didn't love it on the Detroit sideline for that defense. There was an interview with DJ Moore a few weeks ago, I'm pretty sure. He was on a podcast, and he said that they asked him, who do you think the dirtiest team in the league is? And he said low-key the Lions. And I'll be honest, never thought of it until this game.
Yeah.
So I mean, look, I'm super happy for the Lions and most happy for Jared Goff because, goddamn it, he deserved it.
Shout out the goofball, man.
Big shout out to the goofball. Big shout out to the Detroit Lions. And I think they will get a second playoff win after waiting 32 years. You might only have to wait a week. So I'm happy for them. Defense, gets shredded in the air, but they did a great job of limiting Kyron Williams and the run game in general in this one. So that was that. But big shout out to the Detroit Lions. Their offense is one of the best in the NFL and under a dome, and we know this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just a fucking good football game.
Yeah, it was a good football
That was
game. Very good one.
Some wild card playoff football. That made wild card weekend complete, I guess. Stafford and Goff were just trading punches all game. It was everything the script writers could have imagined when they set this up. I have a stat here. Jared Goff and Matthew Stafford both completed 65% of their passes, threw for 250-plus yards, averaged 10-plus yards per attempt, and had 0 turnovers. Never before had both starting quarterbacks done that in the same NFL game, regular or postseason games, since quarterback starts were first tracked in 1950.
That's wild.
So, yeah, they were balling, man. Puka Nacua, bro. Arguably the greatest wide receiver I've ever seen.
He's up there.
He's just catching ball in the middle of the field, taking hits, breaking tackles, just playing like a grown man.
That touchdown was crazy.
I just have to say it. He plays the game the right way. He has a lot of grit and hard work. He understands the angles. Golly. Second time I said golly.
Golly. He reads the defense really well.
He does.
He doesn't just get hit. He gets leveled.
He gets smoked.
Leveled. Towards the end of the game, their last drive, he had the one first down. I don't know where they were, but he got hit and spun off it and then broke another tackle. I'm like, what the hell is this guy on that he doesn't? He's just all right, and then he gets up and does it all again. Yeah, he's special, man. He's really special. That's a diamond in the rough if I've ever seen one.
And on the Lions side, Dan Campbell just doing what got them there in the first place, taking his big, juicy sack of balls and just dragging it. That's what he does.
Those play calls at the end. Putting the ball in Goff's hands to throw it instead of just running it over and over again was some
That's
big
Dan Campbell football.
Dan Campbell and Ben Johnson. I'm going to give both of them credit.
Look at this.
That's some big ball shit.
Dan Campbell goes for it on 4th down every single time.
Yep.
Every chance he gets. They kicked a field goal that gave them the lead, and they never lost a game from there. The 54-yarder from Michael Badgley. He's a career less than 50% from 50 yards out. He had him kicking a 50-yard field goal with the game on the line. He had Jared Goff on 2nd down. You need a 1st down, and you could run out the clock to seal the game. What does he do? He puts the fucking ball in Jared Goff's hands and says, go win us this fucking game. Jared Goff hits Amon-Ra, gets the 1st down. That's all she wrote. You have that on one side, and you have Sean McVay, who, you almost had the first down on your chance to drive down the field and take the lead with 3 or 4 minutes left. You have a penalty. It backs it up to 3rd and 15. You're at about the 45, 50-yard line. In my opinion, it's go for it time. You have 1 timeout left. No matter what, the Lions were essentially going to be getting the ball back with the opportunity to get 1 to 3 first downs, depending on how the clock worked out, but a few first downs, we'll say, to win the game.
Yeah.
It was more likely than not that the Rams were not going to get the ball back in that situation. So on 3rd and 15, trying to go for it all, I understand Puka had a chance to catch the ball, but again, over the middle of the field, he got leveled.
Tough, yeah.
Didn't bring that one down. It was a tough play. Another one where there potentially could have been a holding, but probably not. But I personally, I don't like going for it all there. I was saying to Joe Cruz yesterday, like, I guess because Kyron was out at that point, that's why you don't do it. But I wouldn't have even minded a run there to get it to 4th and manageable. But you went for it all in 3rd and 15. Now you have 4th and 15. And even then, I would have still went for it instead of punt. You punt for some good.
So I think
position?
ideally they wanted to pin them inside the 10, and you'd think from that spot your punter could do that. Ideally, it didn't happen. Obviously, I didn't hate it because then you give them advantageous field position, and you're probably not going to get it on a 4th and 15. So yes, I thought they would pin them and get the ball back. But Detroit had some great play calls for that situation.
Yeah.
For sure.
And they obviously went out and took the game out of the hands of the Rams at that point. So, I mean, there's a lot of credit to Detroit for what they did. And I'm very happy for them going on to another playoff game. I really am.
They earned it, man. What a good fucking game.
For sure.
Matthew Stafford putting it all on the
Oh
line.
my God, he was insane.
What a guy.
He was insane in this game. I really was hoping that it would set me up to come on this podcast and say, who do I want the most with the game on the line? Matthew Stafford. It almost happened. It didn't happen. But shout out to the Rams for what was supposed to be a rebuilding year and them coming out going 10-7, keeping up with the Detroit Lions in their home.
Damn near winning, yeah.
With a ridiculous crowd, by the way, that was anti-Matthew Stafford in this one. As it should have been.
I agree. It's a playoff game, bro.
I hate the people who are giving them shit
agree.
for booing Matthew Stafford. I understand that you want to show appreciation, but they'll show appreciation next year when Stafford comes back to Ford Field. That wasn't what this one was about. This one was about Detroit going out and getting a playoff win. And in a playoff game, why would you cheer your old quarterback?
Yeah.
Fuck that.
I agree. Did you guys see that Dan Campbell was in an interview and he said he gave his Starbucks order. He gets like 2 ventis, whatever, and he puts 2 espresso shots in them, and people are like, no wonder he goes for it on 4th down
like
every time.
1,300 milligrams of caffeine or something.
The top comment I saw was the guys should just do crack at that point. It's like the same thing.
No, it might be actually.
It could do the same. It could have the same effect for you. All right, so that's the Detroit Lions. Shout out to them getting their first playoff dub in 32 years.
Shit. Pascal's going to end up a Pacer.
For sure.
Yeah, they are. Shams just tweeted it. Developing Raptors and Pacers are in active talks on a trade centered on 2-time All-Star Pascal Siakam. Package includes 3 first-round picks.
Wow.
Damn. There it is. All right, continue.
Shout out Indy. That's
we
fun.
have some basketball to talk on Friday.
That's fun.
I mean, on Thursday.
All right, so the next game, Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills defeated the Steelers. Fans shoveled snow for $20 an hour, and they were rewarded with a rematch against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. So I'm just going to pose this question. Steelers, I don't think we care much about them. I mean, the Tomlin situation's interesting, but thank God. The world needs Mahomes versus Allen in the playoffs. Like they really do. Can the Bills make the run?
Yes, 1,000%. This is the least reliant team that I've ever seen the Bills be on Josh Allen. And Josh was still great in this game.
Yeah, he was.
My thing is, as I said, I think this is personally the best team that they've put around Josh Allen to this point. And the fact that he only had 30 attempts in a playoff game, I know I say only, but 200 passing yards and they won by 2 touchdowns. I'm just saying I think this is the best opportunity that they're going to have. You now get Mahomes in your spot, in your home. Go out there and prove to the world and go get your revenge.
Bro, Mahomes has been an underdog twice in his career.
Yeah.
and this is his
Bowl?
first. I don't know about that, but this is his first. Yeah, probably his first playoff game away. His first away playoff game. That's fucking crazy.
That's nuts.
But
I'm sorry, but that Josh Allen run, I just had to say it. That shit was stupid.
that's some Josh Allen
That
shit.
was stupid.
That is some Josh Allen shit.
Congrats. That's pretty much it. Congrats to the Bills for taking care of business, I guess. Good luck with Patrick Mahomes. This is their best chance because they will be at home, but I'm gonna ride with the Chiefs. Like, I know you guys didn't ask, but I'm just gonna.
We'll get into that. We're gonna get into that, but yeah.
I don't know. Congrats, Josh. I don't know.
I don't think this game told us
He's not a
anything.
big Bills guy.
Yeah,
I don't
but
have. I don't have.
this game didn't tell us anything about the Bills that we didn't already know.
No. They did what they were supposed to do in this game.
Yeah, they took care
It
of
was way
business.
closer than it had to be, and I fear that if maybe Mason Rudolph didn't have first quarter jitters and T.J. Watt was healthy,
And they
this
were fumbling
actually
the
could have
ball
been a
a lot,
game.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
that
actually-
Pat Fryermuth fumble had me heated,
To be fair, I was about to say, to be fair, the Bills also should have gotten the ball back on that one. The Pat Fryermuth fumble that they said hit his helmet, which clearly did not hit his helmet. But whatever. I mean, it also needs to be mentioned, Terrell Bernard is going to be out next week. And he's been phenomenal for the Bills, filling in for Matt Milano, being their second best linebacker throughout the entirety of the season. And now it's going to come down to even more backups for them. So they're in a spot here, but I think they have enough to go and win it all, personally.
Cool. All right. So the last game of the wild card weekend, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers dismantle the Philadelphia Eagles 32-9. 22 for 36, 337, and 3 tutties for YSL Baker Mayfield. And the Eagles have absolutely crumbled. I mean, that was a disaster. I don't know how that happened. And I picked the Bucs to win that game. I genuinely, in my heart of hearts, thought the Bucs were going to win this game. And because of what happened was exactly what I thought was going to happen. Baker Mayfield was just going to sling the rock, and that is exactly what he did. He was playing Baker Mayfield football. That is the Baker Mayfield experience. He just slings the rock. So how far can the Tampa Bay Buccaneers go, really? Can they take down the Lions? I think you took down the Eagles, you could beat just about anybody.
The Eagles.
What is wrong with the Eagles, man?
The Eagles suck. First of all, the Eagles suck, but I want to talk about the winners first. This game could have been way more out of control if the Buccaneers receivers knew how to catch in the first half. Mike Evans dropped the deep
had a
ball.
couple drops, bro.
Directly in his hands. Like, it was a perfect throw by Baker.
What are you doing, Mike?
And he just dropped it. Do I think that the Bucs can make a run? Not to the Super Bowl. No. I don't think they even have a shot if they end up facing the 49ers. I really don't. I just think they'd get smacked around. But I'm so happy for Baker Mayfield, too.
Oh, man.
These were some wholesome-ass storylines this weekend.
Yeah.
So I'm super happy for Baker Mayfield. But this was, I'm going to be honest, this is more an indictment on the fall-off of the Philadelphia Eagles. And I hate to take credit away from Tampa Bay because they deserve a lot of it.
They played a great game.
The game plan was unreal. Todd Bowles and them boys on defense, too, they were ready to go. This was a great performance. I don't know what's happening with A.J. Brown either. And Jason Kelsey was looking at retirement by halftime. So
he is retired.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He was looking at straight into the face of retirement at halftime.
He was watching videos of T Swizzle and Mom
Exactly.
in that box, and he was like, "Yeah, that's where I need to be."
So I'll say this: the Eagles suck, but I don't think they suck this bad. I think it's a coaching change and a secondary overhaul needs to be spoken about.
Oh
as
my
well.
God, yeah.
You're old. Now Darius Slay's another injury in. Bradbury went from all-pro to worst corner in the NFL.
Terrible.
Shout out to another former Giant.
Another former Giant corner. We get rid of him at the right time.
We
That's
do,
for sure.
Bradbury was awesome for us.
Yeah,
I will say.
he was.
And I don't want to see him failing, but you know what? God damn it looks great to see him failing on the Eagles.
If he's gonna fail anywhere, yeah.
So yeah, Philly's falling off right now, man. They're missing Shane Steichen.
Oh,
They're missing Jonathan Gannon. Goes to show how important coordinators are, and it exposes head coaches.
Yeah.
That's what it does as well.
So safe to say, Eagles fans want Sirianni out. He's definitely out. Someone threw popcorn at him as he was walking out of the locker room.
What the fuck was this A.J. Brown
Oh.
uncle either, bro?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with A.J. Brown. Smitty had a great game.
Yep.
Some people are saying it's a Hurts issue. I don't know that it's a Hurts issue. The guy just went to the Super Bowl last year. Let's not forget what he did last year. I think it's a
Play calling was
coaching. It's a
atrocious.
coaching and a coordinating
they
issue.
They ran
Yeah.
like fucking 15 screens in this game.
To
Like,
Kenneth
Horrific
Gainwell and
play
Julio
calling.
Jones.
it
Yeah,
was
like
just bad play calling.
it's horrible.
I also think they have a DeAndre Swift problem because he once again fooled us in the first 4 weeks of an NFL season into
Yep.
thinking he was a good football player. He's not. And it was just so much pressure on Jalen Hurts in this one. If people want to say, oh, well, the great ones come through when there's pressure, sure, but he virtually had no chance. Like, I don't know, I don't know what else he was really supposed to do in this one. He had a few bad decisions, but also, like, he really just had no chance to succeed with the play calling and the weapons he had out there without A.J. Brown. And the Buccaneers defense, like you said, they fucking play hard, man. Like, they have some guys, they have speed, and they have guys who, like, when those guys hit you, like, those guys hit you.
Yeah.
Bro, Vita Vea is a man.
Vita Vea is a madman.
His quads
Levante
are the size of my
is
torso.
A fucking stud.
Kalijah
And
Kansas is a good
Antoine
player.
Winfield. You have superstars in all three levels of the field,
Yep.
but you also have great fucking complementary pieces. So
Yep.
the defense is a complete, really good defense. And Baker and the game plan pretty much took whatever they gave them. I mean, who would have thought that Cade Otton and David Moore would be the leading receivers in this game?
That David Moore touchdown was nasty.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the tweet where what's it called? What's his name? One of the receivers, Trey Palmer of the Buccaneers.
Mad,
He
every
wakes
time he
up
wakes
angry,
mad,
he scores a touchdown.
He'll just
Wait,
tweet out
really?
like, I'm angry today, and he
Scores a
He
touchdown?
scores a touchdown. I
There's
swear to
like 5
God.
different instances.
That's so funny,
there's
bro.
like 4 or 5 different instances where he wakes up, tweets, I'm very mad today, or something like that, and then goes and scores.
P,
a
you hear that for the FanDuel? For the FanDuel?
If you see a Trey Palmer tweet that says where he says he's angry, you have to bet an anytime touchdown. If he says it next week, you bet an anytime touchdown.
Should have done this in the beginning of the season.
Well, we didn't realize.
Well, yeah, we
He's
only
a
found out
rookie.
yesterday.
He's
yeah,
a
yeah.
rookie. Yeah, we
Yeah.
didn't know. We had no idea.
Yep.
But
Next year.
yeah, I mean, this was a downfall of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah. So I'll pose this question to you guys before we move on. Who had the biggest wild card weekend collapse? The Miami Dolphins, the Dallas Cowboys, or the Philadelphia Eagles?
Okay. So right off the bat, I'm throwing I'm not taking the Dolphins.
Take them out of there. Yep.
That weather, very very few teams can play well in that weather. Actually, the Chiefs can, but and they had a ton of injuries, so they're out.
Agreed.
The
It comes down to
Cowboys,
2 NFC East teams.
the Cowboys underestimated the Packers. That's obvious.
I think you could say.
I guess the Eagles did the same thing. Yeah, that's
You
true.
could say the same for Philly.
I'm gonna take the Cowboys because I saw the Eagles one coming, because the secondary is trash, and I thought that they were just gonna let Baker rip it, and that's exactly what happened. I thought with the Eagles there was a clear weakness to take advantage of, where I don't feel the same way about the Cowboys. I think they just shit the bed.
I'm going
Head
to
to
have
toe.
to agree with you, Tom. You were at home. The Eagles, in this case, were not home. And let's also mention that this final score was 32-9, sure, and could have been worse. But the Cowboys were down 48-16 with 6 minutes left in the game against a team that was heavy underdogs, and they were on the road. So there's no bigger collapse than that. Dallas absolutely gets the cake for this one. Congratulations. Biggest playoff collapse that I've seen.
You won something.
You did win something. We'll send you an award in the mail or something like that, Jerry.
Nah.
But anyways, yeah, it's got to be the Cowboys, and makes me happy to say how about
Yep.
them Cowboys.
Yep.
Yeah. Do we want to pick the games, or do we want to do that Thursday?
We could, if we want to just do a pick 'em, we could do that.
All right, run it down.
Cool.
Say what?
Per-
I want to post this, so do like a predicting the NFL's divisional round.
Predicting the NFL divisional round. All right. So the first game I got here is Texans-Ravens.
Sorry, Texans. Sorry, CJ Stroud. Your miracle run ends here. Ravens by like 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Ravens in this one, but I might not be opposed to taking the points with the Texans in a FanDuel entry.
I'm going to take the Baltimore Ravens here.
Watch CJ Stroud make us look stupid again.
I hope he does. Does it a lot.
So
49ers-Packers.
I want to take the Packers,
Yeah.
but the script says the Packers beat the Cowboys, ruin their expectations just to get dicked down by the 49ers. It's how it went for a lot of Aaron Rodgers' tenure. So
Do it.
I'm going to take the Niners.
Do it.
So if the Rams were to beat the Lions and had the opportunity, in this case they wouldn't have. If the Cowboys took care of business, if the Rams faced the Niners, I would have taken the Rams. Nothing to do with this, but just throwing it out there. Fuck it. I'm taking the Green Bay Packers.
Love it.
Jordan Love, yeah, you should love it because they have the better quarterback in this game. That defense is finally getting healthy. Seems like they're maybe finding a way to stop the run. And if they could somehow find a way to stop Christian McCaffrey, who knows? Who knows? Jair's healthy. Devondre Campbell's healthy. Darnell Savage is back in the lineup. It's a healthy Packers defense. And Joe Barry is coaching still potentially for his job. Who knows? Big shout out to the Green Bay Packers for winning that game. Go get another one. Make a miraculous giant run is what I want to see.
I love everything you just said. I'm going to take the 49ers.
Yeah, I'm probably going to take the 49ers. In my head, I'm like, you got to take the 49ers.
Yeah, but on FanDuel, he's not taking the Packers. No.
I'll take the Packers line.
Yeah, you will,
I'll
you
take
will.
the Packers line. I'm not taking the money line. I'll take
right.
their point spread.
Lions, Buccaneers.
Man, I'm excited for this one.
Me too.
It's a fun game. Like, it's not going to be like this episode where we're talking about these big collapses and shit like that. Like, whoever loses that one, like, congratulations for making it this far. Like, that one's just going to be fun. Shit, man. After watching what the Lions just did at home and how Jared Goff played, they get another home game. I think I have to go with the Lions.
Yeah, in my opinion, this is probably the best offensive line in football. So if anyone can neutralize Vita Vea and some of that pass rush, I think it's going to be the Lions. I'm gonna take the Lions in this one. I know you're not agreeing with this, but I'm gonna take the Detroit Lions.
Give me Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to beat the Detroit Lions. I think Baker's just on one right now. He's on a heater right now. I think he might just be like a playoff riser. Like, he just balls out in the playoffs. And
He's built for it.
yeah, I don't think
Hey, man, he does it again. We'll have to have some conversation.
we will have
We
to have
will
some
indeed.
conversations. I hope to God he does it. I'm taking Baker over everyone.
Are you gonna bet on the?
Oh, I'm gonna bet Bucks money line.
Yeah?
Absolutely, yeah. I am confident that they will win this game. I think if you could beat the Eagles, and even though that they shit the bed, I think they could take the Lions.
Shit all over the place.
Shit all over the bed, all over it.
Yeah.
And maybe probably the most exciting game of the most exciting game of the playoffs. 49ers, nope.
Nope.
them.
It is not the 49ers,
not them.
buddy.
The most exciting game of this divisional round, the Chiefs and the Bills run it back once again.
I'm going with the Chiefs, man. Come on, you give me Patrick Mahomes as an underdog? Come on, man. It's a no-brainer. Give me the GOAT.
I'm getting his jersey this week. Josh Allen is going to get vengeance. And I'm talking like some sick fucking vengeance.
Some Robert
On
Pattinson
the Chiefs.
Batman shit.
Yes, full on turning into Batman in this fucking game. Josh Allen by 100, and the Buffalo Bills take this one at home and get their revenge on Kansas City.
By
In
a-
overtime,
By
might I
100
add.
is crazy.
Nah, it's not going to be by 100. In overtime.
See what they're saying about the script? The Bills bitched and complained about the playoff rules just for this year to go to overtime, score first, and then because they got the rule change, the Chiefs have a chance to go down and score. And
They
then
tie
go,
the game.
No,
That'd be
not even that,
awesome.
and then go for 2 and win it.
Oh,
That'd be
my God,
awesome.
That'd be nuts, bro. That'd actually be insane. But I'm going to take the Buffalo.
Officially, I'll also take the Kansas City Chiefs.
Ooh, I'm by myself on
You
this
are
one.
by yourself.
I like that. Let's go, Nick. Let's go. I hope to see a deep playoff run for the Buffalo Bills. I'd like to see that.
All right, last thing before we go, because I know we're on a time constraint here. Which NFL receiver would you rather have based on their stats this season? Player A had 1,140 yards, 106 targets, 63 receptions. Player B had 1,123 yards, 138 targets, 87 receptions, and they both had 5 touchdowns.
Get that?
I'm probably going to take player B because he had more receptions. So I'm assuming probably just gets open more. first guy's more likely a deep threat.
I'm also going to take player B.
Player A was George Pickens, and player B was Chris Olave.
Olave had that? Really? Did not know he had
Yeah,
that.
he did.
Quietly had a good
solid
season.
season
He had a
once
comp-
again.
Didn't score a lot, yeah.
Yeah. He had a better season than Garrett Wilson. You could argue.
Yeah, if he could get into the end zone more, get up to 10 touchdowns, he'd be a stud.
Yeah.
Fantasy?
Yep.
Sheesh.
Trade me the number 1 overall pick.
No.
And
All
that
right.
being said,
Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to leave a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, follow us on all of our socials. Check out all our videos from the week prior. Some of those did really well. Please continue to subscribe. We're so close to 1,000. We're getting there.
Come on, man. Get us to 1,000, bro.
And we have some special
we'll
things
do something
planned
cool, we promise.
for when we hit 1,000. Some big
Merch, a
things.
giveaway. Let's give away a fucking PS5. No, that's corny.
No.
We still have to order Vin Volpe's jersey.
We do. Fuck you, Volpe. Oh my.
Should say those things not on camera.
I give away my PS5. Fuck it, I don't need it.
Yep.
Completely joking. I'm not giving anybody my PS5. But
Matty J's car.
you don't want that in these snowy conditions, though. Stay warm. Stay safe. Hope you guys enjoyed.
Stay
football this week.
cool, like Sam Finuel.
Yep, like his.
Stay cool like
hoodie.
Fanul.
Thank you guys so much for watching.